Hi everybody, Dr. Jason W. Morrison, Theologist, New South Wales, Australia. Witness for Jesus is going to let us share
Hello,
this, so
Witness
let's
for
get straight
Jesus.
into
This
it,
is
shall we?
Dawn. I just thought I'd make a very quick video to outline the details of the protest that is happening in London in August. I'm going to give you the details and also explain why people are protesting against Watchtower organisation, against JW.org and the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses. So first of all, the protest is happening at the Excel Arena in London, and it's happening on the 11th and 12th of August and the 18th and 19th of August, so it's 2 consecutive weekends. There's details online which I will provide you links to. There's a Facebook group which is facebook.com/JW protest. You can get more information there, you can ask people questions, etc. Now, why are we protesting? Well, there's 3 really clear reasons that everyone should protest. First is the 2-witness rule and the serious issues that have occurred within the Jehovah's Witnesses in relation to child abuse. We all know about this really, but in case you haven't heard, the top and bottom of it is that child abuse victims and accusations have gone unreported to the police because Jehovah's Witnesses hold to a 2-witness rule, meaning that if there's not 2 witnesses to the abuse, then it's not acted upon. And that has happened within the organisation to a monumental degree. You need to look up the Australia Royal Commission, case number 29, which outlines the serious issues identified in Australia, and it's clear that these issues have been repeated all around the world. It's not just the same as any religious group, because the Watchtower, whilst being aware of this issue, have refused to change the 2-witness rule, and currently they are refusing to cooperate in Australia with the governmental authorities to put things in place for child abuse victims and to prevent it happening in future. So it's a serious thing. The second thing that is being protested about is the disfellowshipping practice, which means that families are unable to speak to each other. If someone leaves the Jehovah's Witnesses, the majority of the time they are disfellowshipped, even if they leave just because they disagree with the teachings. So, this disfellowshipping, it's been clear by Watchtower that they are telling parents not to speak to children, children not to speak to their disfellowshipped parents, etc. And this is in the numbers of the hundreds of thousands now, because around 150,000 people leave the Jehovah's Witnesses each year. It's a serious issue. It's not something that is just a religious policy that doesn't harm anyone. It actually harms people and has been linked very closely to thousands of suicides and those murder-suicides that we've seen in the news. There's been 2 this year of entire families in Jehovah's Witnesses who the person's killed themselves, but before they've done that, they killed the family first, and it's absolutely horrendous. So that's a protest as well against the unscriptural practice of disfellowshipping. Basically is unscriptural. It's not what the Bible says we should do. It's not how the Bible says we should treat people. We're all sinners, and basically, it's something that really, really harms people and only serves to keep people within the group of Jehovah's Witnesses and keep them trapped. So many people stay in the Jehovah's Witnesses because they're so frightened of being disfellowshipped and shunned by their family and their friends. The third thing that's being protested about is the blood issue. The unscriptural stance on blood transfusions, which it completely is not anywhere in the Bible relating to blood transfusions, has killed thousands and thousands of people. We are all horrified when we think of 9/11, for instance, and how over 3,000 people got killed. Well, did you know that an independent study was conducted in the 90s, which indicated that within the organisation of the Jehovah's Witnesses then, over 900 people per annum die due to not accepting a blood transfusion, and the majority of those are young mothers, because that's the one of the most risky ways that someone can die, is by losing too much blood during childbirth. So if we put that into modern day, there's even more Jehovah's Witnesses now. So it's easily over 1,000 individuals every year who die because they don't accept blood. The witnesses deny it and say that there's non-blood products, but the thing is, nothing will do if you are injured or if you're hemorrhaging because you've had a baby. You need a blood transfusion to live. Once again, it isn't something that's found in the Bible either. So these 3 issues are really badly and negatively impacting on people's lives. If Watchtower changed these 3 things, then whilst I don't agree with their teachings, I would far more be able to put up with the existence of the group, because at least it wouldn't be destroying families. At least people wouldn't just be dying randomly because of some rule. you know, at least children would be heard and their accusations would always be brought to the authorities. You know, qualified people would be dealing with these matters, not unqualified, uneducated Jehovah's Witness elders. I say uneducated because the majority of them are, because they discourage higher education. And that sort of leads me to, there's so many more reasons why we should protest against Jehovah's Witnesses. Because, for instance, it controls people's entire lives, including the choice about pursuing higher education. And as you know from this channel, I talk about the Bible and Jehovah's Witnesses because I'm a Christian, and they don't teach what the Bible teaches. The salvation message of the Bible is very clear and very simple, very loving, and it allows people to have their own life and make their own choices in life. So there's so many reasons why people should speak out about this group. The protest is going to be respectful, and, you know, it's going to... people have already been talking about the fact that this is a peaceful demonstration, and we have the right to speak out. Now, I know people will say, well, why are you targeting one particular group? Well, at the end of the day, former Mormons will expose, you know, the LDS Church. It's where you come from and your own experience and your own knowledge. And we, who are former Jehovah's Witnesses, we're the ones who know. We've lived it. You know, we know exactly what happens and we know exactly how it affects us. And many of us are being shunned. You know, I'm being shunned by someone in my family, in fact, a couple of people. And I'm not disfellowshipped, and you know there's pain involved, and this is, and for some people it's incredibly painful. You know, they literally are never ever in contact with their own parents or their own children, etc. So yeah, it's up to us to speak out. It seems as though, well, there's bigger things in the world. Well, actually, okay, there are things we can all do and we all should be doing in terms of whatever moves us, you know, trying to help others. But this, I believe, is an important thing. So as I say, I'm going to put some links on the screen and in the video description. You can then be linked to information about the protest in London. And if you're able to make it, that'd be great. I don't know if I can make it, the truth be known, so I'm trying to be able to. But we'll see, won't we? Anyway, I thought I'd help with spreading the information about the protest, and I really hope that a lot of people turn up at this protest. It's so important, and I believe also that the press have been contacted. Some people are going in disguise as well, so it wouldn't be unusual for you to wear something that'd be like a disguise. I've even heard that someone might be dressing up as a Lego character, which sounds great. There's lots of former Jehovah's Witness YouTube channels that come from the UK, and the organisers are people who sort of have been around a long time in the former Jehovah's Witness community. Okay, so I really hope that you'll be there, and I really feel that it's going to be absolutely fantastic to bring more exposure, especially with the release of the film Apostasy, which apparently is fantastic too. It's not been released here in the UK yet. Okay, so see you there. God bless. Bye.
And this is Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist. Remember to subscribe to that channel, please, won't you? Bye for now. Yeah, Dr. Jason Morrison, theologist again. I just want to say thank you for watching the videos, and I hope you got plenty of self-rediscovery and freedom out of it. If you watched it on YouTube, please share or like, maybe even comment. If you watched it on Facebook, like, comment, share. But most of all, get out and live. This isn't a rehearsal. You've got a one-off life. Don't let your loyalty and your faithfulness blind you to the life that you should be experiencing. Till the next video, thank you for watching, and bye for now.